first of all, we're excited about being in the playoffs again. Don't ever take it for granted. It's a great opportunity to strive to reach the third goal that we always set, and of course that's to win a national championship. We've been able to win the conference championship and then make the playoffs, and now this is the third one. So uh, proud of our players for putting us in that kind of position. We got to play Newberry this Saturday at 12, and they are. It's kind of fun to play a new team or not a conference team in a repeat like we've done so many times, and but it's also a little more work. We've had to really watch a lot of film and try to study up on them, and because we didn't know much about them, they're from the SAC conference, and they are having a great year. They're really good on both sides of the ball. They're good at blocking kicks and punts. They start 16 seniors, which that's 8 on defense and 8 on offense. They also have a kickoff guy that's a senior. So they're a very experienced team. They played together a lot, very similar to us, and it's going to be a challenge to get ready for them and play a great game. We've played really well the last 3 weeks in a row, and I hope that that we're kind of playing our best football at the right time. So, but we got to have a great week of preparation and execute on Saturday.
All right, Coach. You kind of mentioned they're playing a new team that you don't see every year instead of kind of the repeat. Do you prefer that instead of like last year when you guys had to go up against Valdosta?
Well, I do, and it makes it feel more like playoff. Something new. Obviously we'll play whoever we draw. I mean, whoever the committee tells us. But I think it's a little more interesting to play a team. Obviously, if we played a conference team, we'd be more familiar with them. Probably be easier preparation, but at the same time, come Saturday, it'll be interesting to see just how good they are. They've got a running back that's rushed for over 1,000 yards. They've got a quarterback that's very efficient and passes for about 180 yards a game. Their defense holds people to 300 yards a game. So they're really efficient on both sides of the ball. And then, like I said, they blocked 6 kicks this year, which is quite a bit. 3 punts, and actually they blocked 6, and they've tackled the punter once. So you really could say 7. We got to be sure in the kicking game we're prepared. But yes, it's fun to play a new team, and gives it a little more interest.
How excited are you guys to get back to this, going back in the postseason, actually hosting a playoff game, especially after kind of the way last year ended, losing at
Right.
home?
Well, I think that's ought to be a lot of motivation there. You make the playoffs, you get all excited, you get ready for a run, and then all of a sudden, before you blink, it's over. And that's the way it'll be Saturday if we don't play well. So, one thing that I think is very important for our players to focus on is Saturday. Not look ahead, not look to next week, not look to Thanksgiving, not look to West Georgia. Been talk about that already. I mean, there's no guarantee either one of us going to be there. We need to get ourselves ready to play Newberry, and so that motivation to continue like we did the year before will come. It's going to be there, and it did hurt when we lost to Valdosta last year, and so that ought to be great motivation.
Coach, you said you've been watching film. What are things that you see?
Well, they're first of all, you study the schemes, what they do, and they're very similar to us on offense. They run the football. They rush for 225 yards a game, and they're big back. A little different style than Lamonte, our back that has rushed for 1,000 yards also, but he's more of a bigger, straight ahead guy, but he's very powerful. And then the quarterback's very athletic, and so they're offensively they're very similar to us. Defensively, they're really big up front on defense, and they run basically a 4-man front, and they're very similar to probably Florida Tech, who we played early in the year, and because they're so strong up front, and so that's kind of, to me, their strength of their defense.
You had to play this game at home. I mean, always get such great support at Raleigh. How important is it to have that in front of the home crowd?
Well, we've always had a lot of success in Brawley Stadium, postseason or regular season, and haven't lost there this year. I hope I just didn't jinx us, but the bottom line is it's great because the fans are so good. So many come out, and you have the line walk, even though it'll probably be a little smaller this week because, we'll get to the stadium at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know how many tailgating at 10 o'clock. So, but at the same time, it's always great to play at home. You get to stay in a routine. Your kids, we don't have to go to a hotel and travel, and so it helps. I mean, there's a lot of pluses to it.
What does it say about just this program in general? I mean, the record time, 20th time in the postseason, 3 straight Gulf South Conference titles. I mean, especially since you've come back, and really just the longevity over at UNA. I mean, really program that's been up and stayed up.
Well, there's been so much tradition at UNA, and it goes back to Hal Self, who started the program. Went 13 years, never lost a game to Alabama, another university in Alabama, which at that time was Livingston, Troy, and Jacksonville. And I mean, that's quite an accomplishment, 13 years and never lose one to any of those guys. So he started the tradition, and then Coach Grubbs came in here and continued it, and took them to the national championship game and won 3 conference championships. And then I was fortunate enough to get the job next, and then Mark Hudspeth, who's doing a great job down at Louisiana Lafayette, was here, and then Terry Bowden had 3 good years here and won a conference championship. So just been a lot of tradition, and it helps you so much in recruiting. It helps you so much in your support. You go into a lot of Division II towns and stadiums, and you might not even know there's a Division II football program in the town if you go out to eat on Friday night. But here you're going to see UNA all over the community, and I think that's a big plus for us. The media is a big plus for us. The fact that we're covered so well by the media, and that's really comes into play. Hurts us a little bit because the other teams, all they do is get online and get a good scouting report on us, and we can't find out anything about them. But that's okay. It's worth the trade-off. And so it's the tradition here is just so great, and our players when they come here, they know they're expected to win. I know I'm expected to win as a coach, and if we don't, we're going to disappoint a lot of people and not be here long.
Luke, Lamonte, talk about how the offense is clicking right now. You feel like it's as good as it's been all year?
Yes, sir. I think the past 3 or 4 weeks it's been probably the best it's been all year. I think just being consistent has been probably the main difference. I think we can attack a team however we feel like is best during the week. If we feel like we can run the ball well with Lamonte and Diamond, I think we can do that successfully, and we've proven to be able to throw the ball too. If that is the best way to attack a certain defense, I think just all around we have playmakers all around the ball. Our offensive line is playing really good right now, and so I think we can just attack teams in the best way possible. So.
What do you think, Monte?
Touching on what he said, we're dangerous in the passing game and the rushing game, and when you can do great in both of those areas, it's pretty much hard to stop. So as long as we can continue to be consistent and prepare good in practice during the week, we'll be good.
Kind of put that in perspective. I mean, Luke leads the conference in passing percentage and passing efficiency. Lamonte's rushed for over 1,000 yards, the first back at UNA to do that since 1997. That's 18 years ago. So, the success of doing both, throwing and running. Of course, Luke will be the first, and Lamonte will tell you the offensive line's done a great job. We've stayed healthy compared to most years there. We've lost Jess Cooper, but that's the only really injury we've had to miss a game all year. And then the receivers have turned into, we knew Dre Hall was good, but and Lee, I mean, obviously, but then Jaden Jackson. I'm trying to say Jarrett Smith. Jarrett Smith's come on and turned in some unbelievable plays, especially with the long ball. And so, I mean, really, and then Julius Jones has walked on as a transfer from that hadn't played football in a while, and he's developed as the years gone on. So our receiving corps has really probably been the most improved group on our team. So that goes perfect with what we already had.
Luke, you talk a lot about taking what the defense gives you. When you go to
Yeah, it changes each week, and I think first, like throughout the week, just really seeing how they are up front, and also how what their scheme is affects what we do. But if we feel like they're very strong up front and their front 7 or 8 are really good, then we may look to attack in the passing game. And when it comes to that, we look at their secondary. Like against West Al last week, we knew that their secondary was going to be, I guess you'd say, just super tight and aggressive on the run and on the passing game. So we knew that we could beat them over the top and get some big plays in the passing game. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but I think just scheme and their personnel and who they have really affects what we do.
I talked about the defense the past 3 weeks, and, you know, the Harris brothers, I don't know if it's coincidence, when you put them in, it seems like it's made a difference. Are they giving you a little more physicality there?
It's not a coincidence that they came at the same time or started playing more at the same time, but they have made us better. Edric has given us more physical, Mike linebacker, and then Aquarian gives us more size and strength inside on the defensive line. I kind of realized that when our strength coach sent me the weights, and DeAndre Harrison was down to 260 something, and you know, Aquarian was weighing 305. You know, that's a 40-pound difference, and so, you know, and they're both very athletic and they both play, but and then Frank Williams has come on, and we've moved Shelton Lewis, and that weight thing. I also saw where Barron Miller was weighing 217 at defensive end, and you know, going up against these tackles that we've been going against lately, including this group, they're real big up front, probably average 300. I'm not sure if it's not, it's 290 something, but so you know, sometimes you have to get a little bit bigger size in there and to help us against the run, which we're going to need this week. This is not our strength so far. People running right at us. You can't run from side to side on us hardly because we're so fast, but you know, people who run just right at us at times have given us a little bit of problem. We've done great this year. We finished second in the conference on defense. I don't want to be critical, but that is not our strength. And pass defense and running side to side against us is what we like to see. And they have the ability with that big back to run right at us. And so a little concern there, but defensively we have played better since those guys started playing. And also, you know, I think that just the change in personnel who plays the most has helped us a lot.
What does it say to have 3 guys from a 1A school, same 1A school starting out there?
It's amazing. It's amazing. But Floyd Jones being the third for everybody, they, you know, signed Edric and Floyd at the same time, and Floyd's been, you know, good from the start, freshman of the year in our conference, and Edric, it's just taking him more time to mature. He's matured mentally more than physically. I mean, he was already physical when he got here, but he's seemed to mature a little bit, and it's helped him a lot. And of course, Aquarian is just a young player right now.
Monte, you going against another back, well over 1,000 yards, does it motivate you to go up against, not that you're on the field at the same time, but just to match him to do better?
Oh yeah, it motivates me. I know my offensive line gonna be they're gonna play great Saturday, and just knowing that I'm going against another back that's rushed for over 1,000, it just pushes me to even prepare myself even better. You know, just to help my team out. I think if I help my team out rushing pretty good Saturday, it gives a better chance of winning.
Is the approach different for you guys this year because you're seniors and this is your last shot? Does it feel different?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say the approach to it is different. It definitely feels different, but I wouldn't say when it comes to preparation or anything like that it's really that much different. I think we've been pretty consistent in that over our 3 or 4 years here playing a lot. So I wouldn't say it's different in that area, but it definitely, you know, just feels different. If you know, there was a weird feeling last week, just knowing it was senior day, and every game, you know, has a little more importance because, you know, it could be the last. But when it comes to preparation, I don't think it's any different.
Monte, what do you think?
Yeah, like you said, last week was senior day, and there's just a different feeling. Just knowing that, you know, this could be our possibly this will be our last Tuesday practice. You know, it just makes you want to go out there and practice, give it all you got. You know, and don't have any regrets. So just play 100% every day and just try to do our best to get better.
How do you keep them from thinking about the next week or that West Georgia game?
Well, if they do, they won't get there. So, and they got to understand that. You know, this is a good football team we're playing, and we got to be prepared to play. And you know, that's a long way down the line, especially West Georgia. I'm just talking about playing next week. But you know, these guys have been playing since the West Georgia game, pretty much knowing that they had to win every game. Possibly could have got into playoffs with a loss, but and they have played, I think, 3 of their best games over that span. We made some mistakes second half, a good shorter that, you know, bogged down the offense a little bit, but the defense was playing great, and then, you know, the other two, both sides were playing good. So they're used to playing under pressure, and the thing they need to do is just focus on being the best they can be Saturday, and they go out and do the best they can, and whatever happens, happens, and then we'll worry about who we play the next week if we win.